Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hoy es lunes, the 10th day of May. We begin a new week, but we're in the same book, the Bible. Which letter? The one called Romans. Written by who? Come on, who? Who wrote it? No, don't say Peter. Who said that? Shame on you. The Apostle Paul. Writing to the church where? I'll give you three guesses. Romans was written to the church in Corinth, Rome, or Albuquerque, New Mexico. Which one? Good job. Rome, the capital of the Roman Empire. And he is making a strategic argument here, explaining the salvation that God offers, how men are saved, and who needs it. And who needs it? Who needs it is his current job right now. Verse 17 of chapter 2. Now, you, if you call yourself a Jew, if you rely on the law and boast in God, if you know his will and approve of what is superior because you are instructed by the law, if you are convinced that you are a guide for the blind, a light for those who are in the dark, an instructor of the foolish. He's really laying it on because he had been all those things, a proud Pharisee, a teacher of little children, because you have in the law that the embodiment of the knowledge and truth. You then who teach others, do you not teach yourself? You who preach against stealing, do you steal? You who say that people should not commit adultery, do you commit adultery? You who abhor idols, do you rob temples? You who boast in the law, do you dishonor God by breaking the law? As it is written, God's name is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of you. Oh, my. Talk about getting in someone's kitchen. Paul is now addressing the kind of person he was before he found Christ. A self-righteous student, Jewish student of the law. And that has application for us today. I'll mention that in a second. So he's saying, oh, so you're Jewish and you feel superior to Gentiles because you're the descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses got the law given to the Jewish people. The plan of the tabernacle, later for the temple, was used for the temple. The whole thing. Oh, we Jews have it. We can help you. Listen to us. And then he turns on them and he says, but wait a minute. You boast in the law, but by the way, do you obey the law? Or do you violate the law? You tell people not to lie. Do you lie? Do you commit adultery? Do you steal? Do you take advantage of people? Love your Lord your God with all your soul, heart, soul, strength, and might, and your neighbor as yourself. You parade that and say that. Do you do it? Do you do it? He's breaking down that self-righteous shell that those people had over them. And that's still with us today, is it not? Professing Christians can become self-righteous judgers of everybody. You're not like me. Ooh, you lowlife. How do you live like that? Okay, they're violating certain commands. That person, let's say that poor lady that sells her body, that other person who is practicing some kind of sexual perversion. Yeah, the Bible forbids that. But how about you? How about me? Even in our Christianity, we can forget that we're all sinners saved by grace. We're all sinners. No. They broke worse commandments than the ones I broke. Oh, no, the law isn't like that. You don't break a piece here and then keep this here. When you break the law, it's like a glass vase. When you break it, it's broken. No, I only broke it over there. I know it all comes apart. The wages of sin is death. So Paul is getting rid of the self-righteousness in all of us when we compare ourselves with other people. To them and to ourselves and to others, we might be looking good, but it doesn't matter how we look to others because that's not we're going to stand before. It's God. So how do you and I stand before God? Do you remember the parable Jesus gave, or it might have been a literal story, about the two men, the Pharisee and the publican, the sinner, the low-life person? They both went to the temple. And the teacher of the law, the religious person, stood and said, "Oh, God, I thank you that I'm not like other people. Oh, no. You know how many verses I've memorized, God, from your word? I am serious, you know? And I don't do this. And those people. Disgusting. And on top of that, I tithe. I not only tithe like any money someone gives me, I tithe even things I grow in the garden. Like the other day, I had 20 cucumbers. God, you know that I took 2 cucumbers and I brought them to the temple and gave them. I mean, thank you, God. Then this publican, this sinner, this guy who's just low life, was so convicted of his low lifeness, whatever that means, of his sin, that he just beat his breast. God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Jesus said, in God's sight, which one went home justified before God? The one who prided himself on his morality and righteous deeds? Or the one who said, mercy? He said the second one, not the first. Because the first one was blind to the first fact of Christianity 101. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. No one's better than another person in God's sight because we're all a mess. If you don't accept that, if we don't accept that, if we want to fight like, no, don't say that. I don't like the tone of that. Then we're never going to really understand Jesus and what happened on the cross. But where sin abounds, grace even more abounds. God bless you today.